Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Ridley Scott wowed audiences with his 2000 film Gladiator, which went on to win 5 Oscars, including Best Picture. He's back and expanding on this story with Gladiator 2. It's in theaters November 22nd, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies. In the first film, we saw Maximus and Lucilla's young son Lucius sent off to live in hiding as a young boy as a mode of protection and survival. He's now grown up and played by Pedro Pascal, who finds his city and people under attack by the Roman Empire. His wife is killed under the command of Marcus Acacius, who's played by Pedro Pascal. Now this sets up this kind of story of revenge for Lucius. He sets his skills in the gladiator ring, fighting a wild beast, which then makes him this hot commodity, as he's sold off to be a slave under Macrinus, who's played by Denzel Washington. Macrinus knows the fall of the Roman Empire is imminent, as he plots his next few moves against Emperor Geta, who's played by Joseph Quinn, and Emperor Carcalla, who's played by Fred Hackinger. They're a pair of mischievous and immature twins who hold too much power in Rome. Connie Nielsen is one of the few original cast members who returned for the sequel. Gladiator 2 may sound like it has this kind of complex plot, but it's really just this revenge story at its core, with a young new leader and the cavalcade of personalities surrounding him. Ridley Scott uses paintings and illustrations during the opening credits to kind of recap the events of the first film. He then wastes no time at really drawing his audience in by opening the film with this massive battle sequence that's bloody, in your face, and just a reminder of the kinds of battles that Ridley Scott and his team really excel at with every film that he makes. The story takes place 16 years after the original and kind of falls right in line with the first film in terms of its characters and the scale of these characters and their kind of roles within the Empire are kind of firmly in place from the get-go, and then it's just off to the races until we find that last man standing. It's easy to get sucked back into this world with its lush production design that's really used with real practical set pieces, and then Jancy Yates's costumes that just pop on every actor. Having a new cast, I think, really helps set this apart from the original film, as it doesn't feel like this kind of aged reboot or remake. We're seeing Rome in a weaker, desperate state, surrounded by selfish and weak, desperate individuals who are desperate to hold on to power. Now, it may not seem as rich or layered as the first film, but the stakes feel incredibly high for Lucius, and Pedro Pascal brings this kind of brutish force to him as he fights his way from slave to gladiator to free man. It's a distinctly different type of role for him than we've seen from him before, as we've seen him kind of primarily do intricate character work in independent films like All of Us Strangers and After Sun. Now, a heightened film like this needs the ultimate villain opposite Mescal's hero. That role belongs to Denzel Washington, who understands every beat to play. As his character states, violence is the universal language. It's a character that you may expect from Washington, as it feels ripped from the great Shakespeare villains. Washington knows exactly how to use what's around him, his costuming, to really carry himself as his commanding presence. He's the kind of actor who can flourish about in one scene and then just cut daggers with his eyes, indicating that he's 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Joseph Quinn and Fred Hackinger are also noteworthy for just chewing the scenery as the 2 emperors. The film is long, but it's always riveting, and with its backstabbing characters and just the visceral arena battles that include creatures, sharks, and just limbs being chopped off fast and loose. Gladiator 2 is Ridley Scott's best film since The Martian, and it's really a treat to see a director of his caliber continue to make massive films like this at this stage of his career. It's the kind of entertaining escapism that many of us could use right now. I'm giving Gladiator 2 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some movie reviews, some celebrity interviews, and I'd love to hear from you. Click subscribe on my YouTube channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know on social media at Paul's Movie Trip. Are you excited about Gladiator 2? Are you excited about Wicked? Are you going to be doing the Glicked double feature when it opens November 22nd? Let me know in the comments, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Gladiator 2. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.